Yuzu is a fruit that is, it's a citrus fruit that originated in, say, China, in the Tibet area as well, and was adapted by and brought over by the Japanese and the Koreans as well. You can use the rind to make things like Yuzu kosho, which is fermented with chili, or you can just use the juice. It's my favorite citrus fruit. It's spectacular. It's really floral, very, very tart, very sour, slightly sweet at the same time. It's I don't know, it's very aromatic. It's very different. It's very hard to describe like how yuzu tastes. I like using yuzu for crudos, you know, like definitely raw seafood preparations.
So are there different grades of yuzu or things like that?
Yeah, there are actually different grades of yuzu. It also depends on the ripeness of the yuzu, and there'll be different grades for it. As it gets more ripe, it changes color. It goes from green to yellow. Usually, like, when you're making yuzu kosho, they use it in the green stage because they like the bitterness from it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so we have some Faroe Island salmon that we're going to pan roast. Here's a sauce that we made a little bit earlier. It's a little Greek yogurt, yuzu juice, a little bit of honey to help sweeten it up, dill, parsley, and cilantro. We have a pumpernickel soil over here, so we took some really good pumpernickel bread, sliced it up, coated it with a little olive oil, salt and pepper, toasted it in the oven, and then ground it up. 3 different colors of cooked beets over here, and then 2 different kinds of raw beets, and a little bit of dill for garnish. Here we made a little yuzu vinaigrette, which is what we're going to toss the raw beets in. It's yuzu juice, a little bit of champagne vinegar, olive oil, salt, pepper, and a little bit of honey.
Why are they separate?
So the red beets don't bleed. A little reminiscent of, like, you know, lox and bagels to a certain extent, with something creamy, salmon, pumpernickel, and then a play on it dealing with like citrus instead of lemons. We'll use yuzu for it. I grew up as a kid eating smoked salmon on pumpernickel with a spread of butter, slice of tomato, and pickled beets. And I hated it as a kid. When I was a little kid, I used to get picked on and made fun of because, like, I went to school with sandwiches like that and liverwurst because my mom's German. You know, and I wore clogs to elementary school, and I got made fun of a lot for that.
Greek yogurt with the salmon, pumpernickel, beets to add some earthiness to it. It's really good. Usually the acid that brightens everything up, you know, connects all the flavors, the fattiness from the salmon, a little bit of the caraway with the pumpernickel, earthiness from the beets. It's the antithesis of the other flavors on the plate, but you know, it adds balance to it in that sense. I'm quite enjoying this, and I'm not joking, and I hate salmon.
Okay, Aaron McKay at the Blackstone Hotel in Blade Mace.
Blade mace, what's that?
Blade Mace is, I've used it like once in my life. I think it's the outer shell of nutmeg.
What's it like?
I don't remember what it's like, but if I want to give them something challenging, like, I think that's pretty challenging.